Welcome back. Crime is spiking in Democrat-led cities around the nation. Now, the Houston Police Union says that they're facing a manpower crisis. This as calls grow on the LADA to step down after enforcing soft on crime policies. He's also getting flack for giving a child molester a light sentence. Joining me now, Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, good evening to you, and always good to see you. Let's start with some statistics here to open up the conversation. Harris County, Texas, more than 25,000 felony charges, 700 plus murder charges, 4,000 to 6,000 warrants every month, and 17 personnel in the sheriff's office criminal division. It's difficult to understand exactly what's going on here.
No, what's going on here is the horrible fruit that resulted from what was done and what was advocated for by woke Democrats. I mean, quite frankly, when I literally spoke at the Republican convention and people said, what are you going to speak about? I was going to say how much the Democratic Party has changed and how much it has literally, I didn't leave it, it left me. It left everybody. It's left everybody. Let me tell you, when you start saying that 4-year-old children can be, literally beaten by somebody that's been let out over 40 some times, when you have individuals that are rape and commit all types of atrocious crimes on young women, when you have a police force that's been demeaned, diminished, defunded. I mean, this is literally sick stuff. I mean, these are really bad people that should be in prison many times for the rest of their life. And I'm going to shock you in what I'm going to say. There are certain cases when the crimes are so heinous, what has been done to young people is so horrible. Not only should they be in prison for life, I still believe in some cases that they should be executed, because This is what's truly hurting and tearing apart our country. Good people are being hurt. This is bizarro world. This doesn't make sense.
It's beyond, and we're experiencing it here in New York City. I talk about it literally every night, and you're right. The people who are pushing people in the subway and killing them and stabbing women in the middle of the night, they have rap sheets that are extremely long. The problem, though, comes down to not necessarily the police departments. It comes down to the DAs and the judges. And it's the same problem in Houston as well. I want to just be able to play a soundbite from Doug Griffith. He's the Houston Police Officers Union president, and this is what he had to say.
There's been no end to the alleged reform that these judges have in place. We have judges out there that are devout socialists, admittedly on their Facebook pages, wearing defund the police shirts. When you have that kind of problem in the courts, we are never going to get past this.
I mean, he's right. He's absolutely right.
He is right. He is right. It's wrong. A little quick story, I was in the state Senate before I became a congressman, and I remember they had some judges sitting there telling us about how wonderful this was all going to be, how it was going to work. And they led us to believe that the only individuals that this would really affect were those criminals who had committed really minor crimes or were a veteran, they returned from war and had some problems. That's different. Right. What they actually promulgated and what they did to our country, literally, and I don't use this word often, is evil. This is something that should never be. We have to really enthuse our police again. We have to make sure to tell them that we honor them, we care about them, that we need them. We have to make sure that literally they're safe. We have to make sure that people who've committed crimes like this go to jail. If they've committed 3 strikes and you're out, I believe in that. If they've done things that are just god-awful, and they have, they should be in prison for life. And as I've said, and some people may not like it, but in certain situations, it's so awful when a small child, when a baby is literally raped and beaten. Don't tell me that person shouldn't get the death penalty. Yeah. They should.
Some of what we're seeing is really, really tragic. And essentially what's happening is that criminals are being released on the streets to terrorize the good, wholesome, tax-paying citizens that live in these communities. And people are starting to really feel it and get upset about it. But some feel it's gone too far. Last question to you regarding the manpower issue when it comes to the police officers. The police officers in this country, because of the defund police movement, have essentially been demonized. And so they feel like their powers have been stripped. They don't want to do the job anymore. They don't feel like there's any honor in it because of the resistance that they face when they go to work every day. These are people that take their lives in their hands anyway to protect us. And then they have these extra layers on it. This is going to be a movement that has real long-term repercussions.
Well, you know what? First of all, I want them to know that I will stand with them anywhere, anytime, in front of anybody, because these are individual men and women that are literally do put their life on the line, that are literally out there doing anything to save and to help us. They're our domestic soldiers. Yeah. And we have to honor them, and we have to believe in them, and we can no longer continue down this path of destroying them. This is just one of many, which I won't go into, of the initiatives that literally this majority in Congress and that this president have taken to literally destroy our country. We cannot go down this path. It has to stop. Law and order does matter. The rule of law matters, and the safety of our children, of our families, of our seniors, of everybody matters. 100%. This is a good country with good Americans, and we cannot let this continue this way.
And hopefully, Congressman, when people go to the ballot box and they have an opportunity to exercise their voice, a lot of these are elected positions, and hopefully they'll do their homework and they'll make the right choices, maybe remove some of these people to change the policies. Congressman Jeff Van Drew, good to see you. Thank you.
Good to be with you. Thank you.